for sure as well. There it is. We have a game on our hands. It's being unpaused. They were waiting for me to finish my speech because they're all so nice. But we have one more speech regarding the odds here. These are the odds for the entire series, guys. If you want to use them, promo code DACHA24. And you can click on the banner down below. Get yourself a $500 bonus on your first deposit if you haven't already done it. But game has started. The smokes have been used. Will there be a fight early on? Let's find out. FY. Demon Witch leading the charge. Ori places a ward under the guise of the smoke, so it's not gonna be found. Smoke breaks. FY. Who does he find? It's gonna be Natsumi. He didn't skill up the rage. Goes forward to fight. Blood grenade onto multiple heroes. Phoenix is very low. No armor. No nothing. And that's gonna be 2 kills for them. Make it 3. Maybe even make it 4. Mac is gonna be just continuing to spread the lightning, to spread the pain, and the fish, he wants to cook him as well. But Bach, at least he will survive. If there was ever a way to start the game off, this was it, Geek Fam. This was freaking it. They might even get 4 runes out of this. Lu might be next on the menu. Starting off the lane with this low of an HP, it's gonna be a problem, but it just seems like he's gonna be another casualty. Minus armor, no HP. But in the end, he does survive. And this is gonna be 4 runes line. FY, he might try to get 1. He knows it is still there, but the Batrider will be coming in time. 3 kills, 4 runes. Good luck winning versus that. FY, he gets the stun, get the rune. Okay, it's not 4 runes, but it gets denied. 3 runes for one side and none for the other. Plus, the Razor does die, make it 4 kills. In general, a 2k gold lead. It doesn't get much better than this. Geek Fam, you have all the openings needed to win this game. Let's see if it's gonna be enough. We talked about the laning stage. It is great for Azure with 4 kills on the other side and 3 runes, plus you don't get a single one. That can change things. That can change things completely. Immediately, Natsumi is gonna start smashing onto Bach to apply pressure to assert dominance. This is my lane. Is it your lane, Natsumi, though? You look pretty much like it's not your lane. Anyways, let's move on to the other lanes. So, the Batrider will get... What? Oh, if there was ever a start that Geek Fam were dreaming of, this is it. We might be seeing a game 5, boys. Of course, it's way too early. Azure, they have a 0% win chance now. Blue caught. They have the lasso as well. Is looking very much dead. They don't even need to use it. They're going to be using it on the Phoenix, who has the Icarus dive. But the question is, will you be able to get yourself away? And the answer is a very quick no, with Natsumi bringing in the pain with the right clicks. So Natsumi seeing that the top lane is a little bit dangerous for him as a lifestealer, and he rotates in a really quick manner. That's gonna be 5 heroes on the bottom lane, not something that Azure were expecting. Plus, the supports on the side of Geek Fam, they're very high level just because of that early good start. Bach will be pushed. While Azure, they're gonna be checking out their triangle once again, where they have stacked up so many creeps, and finally Ori will be able to get super close to that blink dagger. If the mid lane tower falls before his blink, it's gonna be a disaster for Azure. Very easy for the Magnus to hunt around the mid lane, right? It's a short lane. It's very easy to grab somebody from the river, and you can see that Geek Fam, they want to take it down. Egg is available. X-Torrent gonna be used. There is a lasso as well. I don't think he's dying before he uses his egg. Gonna be going very aggressively and places the egg, baiting them in onto the RP. They do lose the Batrider as Azure. They're not gonna be getting away from the egg. Zeus has been infested. He's very tanky and has the Arcane Rune. This is not a hero that you want to fight. That's a good spell to force out, however, and it will give them the tower. So I'm pretty sure that Geek Fam are happy with this. You might have lost the hero, but you have gotten the mid lane tower, so that much gold means only one thing. There is a blink dagger on the other side as well as Azure. They have one on Ori, looking towards the Zeus, but not having your mid lane tower. This is not going to be an easy grab. Mac out the greed for the regen rune will kill him. RP into Skewer back. They don't have a finger, so I'm not sure if the damage will be enough. Heavenly jump will get used there to the side. Mac still alive, not for long. Will be going down. Doesn't even take down the regen rune. So, and the only egg hitter is really the lifestealer, who's gonna be on the receiving end of those every single time. Smoke on smoke action. No ulti on the Zeus. They get intercepted here. Ori is the perfect target to break the smoke from, and he just blinks himself out. Scam. Tries to get some vision on the high ground there. Won't be able to do it. Lou, however, get caught by the X there. In the back line, though, Bach has found his use. He does have the heavenly jump to the side and the boat. It will drown the fish. Egg has been used. It is going to be enough. Or he has the RP. Won't use it on Natsumi. Maybe could have gone for it. There is an infest going into Mag. The swap as well, using everything to save. And we still don't have a single casualty. RP still at the ready. Bach not very healthy. There will be a lasso in a second. And FY is looking like he's going to be caught. Ori has been caught by the X as well. Torrent as well. FY still alive. Not for long. Natsumi coming in. Ori threatening with the RP. He sees that there's no use in using it right now. Cox is going to be marked by the amplified damage. He wants to get away because the star with the glyph is destroying all of them. Especially the guy without the armor. Jumping in onto Mac. He's going to be looking very much dead. It is going to be a 3-for-2. Another bloody fight with Jing dropping low as well. Doesn't want to be another casualty of war. Natsumi still has the armor top. Level 2 Corrosive Haze. Straight into the pit. These three guys, they do so much physical damage, especially now when the Corrosive Haze comes onto the ocean. Looking at GeekFam, they're not interested in this defense. They're interested in finishing their Radiance. Hughes, he finished his Kaya. Kunkka, he has his Aghanim Scepter. Around the pit, you actually have good team fight on GeekFam, but again, you cannot deal with the egg. Egg RP, way too strong. Ori is the one who's given the Aegis. Has the haste rune as well, pretty huge. Immediately going through the twin gates. They want to catch somebody. Very unlikely that the side of GeekFam are going to be staying here for long. Both the mid lane and the bottom lane are pushed in, and you see nobody. It is time to bail. Natsumi running away, and Skem will be following through. We're seeing how Skem is always in a position to break a smoke, or at least break out the Lifestealer with a swap. FY. Doing what lines do best. Taking mana and giving mana. Mac, he wants the E-Blade. And finally, GeekFam will go for a smoke. You're gonna be fighting into the Aegis. Everybody on Azure is together. Lifestealer infested onto the Ancient Granite Golem. So he doesn't care about a static link. The Razor is coming over. So he was trying to scout. There's the jump. The instant hex onto the battery. They found him, but FY is still gonna be dead. And Bach following really quickly afterwards. So much damage on the side of GeekFam. Your Aegis means nothing. Phoenix trying to TP away. X in a second. He won't have it in time. Skem was trying his best to come there to get the third kill. But it won't happen. Azure, the Stealer on the other side, that you're going to be able to counter it with the Razor. But we're seeing that Natsumi is playing a really smart game. He gets into the Ancient before the fight. Or he waits for his team to initiate. And then, only then does he commit when he sees the Razor and what exactly he's doing. Still no BKBs on the other side. This is a perfect time for GeekFam to fight. This Aegis on the side of Azure, they're trying to use it just for farming. Ori? He does catch the Batrider. He's going to get the RP off and finish him off there with a kill. The Corrosive Haze does help him in that. So it is. And the Lifestealer, the Razor just needs to wait for him. Natsumi. Coming out of his Ancient. Wants to apply some pressure to this tier 2. Going aggressively, pushing an enemy tier 2 when they have the Aegis. He saw the 2 cores on the top lane, so knows that he's pretty much gonna be free to do whatever he wants. Azure, they should be happy they have this Larder. Were able to claim the Aegis, because imagine if GeekFam had that one for themselves, it would have been even worse. Natsumi opening some wounds there on the creeps. Getting some HP back. Is staying with the Gossamer Cape. Right in the... okay, so they have to make this one count. Let's see just how much. They smoke under the Watcher. Not sure, but it's definitely in control of their enemies. Bloodstone done on the Kunkka. 3k HP, not that much armor, however, so they can still go through it. This is where it all started. On this exact point is where you started losing this game. Lifestealer just infests. The Ancient Granite Golem runs forward with incredible speeds, 550 max movement speed on that Granite Golem, and when you see somebody that big running towards you, feels like Dwayne Johnson in movies, right? Untouchable, too strong, too fast. The most athletic guy ever. Lou pushed back. Nice Manta usage. You can't get the lasso off. They found Jing. They need to kill him, and the Finger of Death will finish him off. Torrent onto the Magnus. Lifestealer. He leaves the Ancient, and Lou is taking his damage away. The egg is gonna be used. Skem gonna be absolutely demolished by Lou, who is so strong at this point. Mac could be next on the menu. There are some BKB charges down the drain as Ori is looking towards Cogs, but he won't be able to take him. How many? We're seeing that Azure are dropping low in fights. And then they pop a BKB and you have to run. Once you have seconds and Magnus, can you get a blink out as the BKB scam just runs forward, places a ward, or he makes his presence known, pops the BKB, or he's gonna be lassoed. So I don't think you can kill him. They do find the lifesteal, use the RP onto him, and the swap will be coming onto the wrong target. Natsumi is dead. Now going for the egg, that's not gonna be happening with the heals, or he's still gonna be surviving. It's a disastrous fight for GeekFam. And I don't know what the hell were they thinking. Also, Scam making a mistake there with the swap. He just swapped the Magnus. TP is in. Ori is now going to be able to find Jing. Nice blink away just in time. It's also nice when you have the barrier from the slow crest. You just don't take damage and you can get yourself away with the blink. But this time that was not much. On the side of GeekFam, they're pretty much aware of everything that is happening. And Jing will get infested. They're really trying to burst somebody down. I don't like this plan. Going through the twin gates, they're preparing for a fight on the bottom lane. Roche coming into bashing, not gonna be happening. He is gonna be using a TP, a pretty long one, as Azure are in a smoke. They need a good hold onto the twin gates, but coming onto this outpost. That's where Azure are gonna mount their fight. Scam very aggressive, gonna be scouting the outpost with the wave of terror, jumping in onto Baki. Didn't get the BKB off. Great way, and the RP onto the ground. The ulti from the Zeus in a perfect timing. He wasn't expecting that one. Ori FY will get slowed down, will be the second casualty of war. E-Blade onto him to protect him for the time being, but in the end he will still die. Phoenix pull back again. No egg for you, no die for you, no life for you. GeekFam, they get themselves a really nice fight, and that Centaur stun is the most that was done to GeekFam in this engagement. They get themselves a really nice grab. And also, guys, you can get yourselves a really nice grab on the odds in this series. Click on the banners down below, promo code DXB2024, $50 bonus on your first bet. As they just walk into the pit. Azure, they are the Slardar lineup, but this Roche is not going their way. What a nice fight. What a really nice fight. A little bit of a lucky break there for them as well. Slardar being slow on the BKB and Ori not using or using his RP onto the ground. All those things, they do add up. Another mistake that GeekFam are going to be able to capitalize on quite nicely with the Aegis and the Roshan's banner. I really want to see where they place the banner this time around. But it's going to be Scam who picks it up. They're going towards the top lane through the twin gates. So I guess Dota minds of Southeast Asia. So let's see how he thinks the banner is best used. Phoenix, Glimmer Cape used, Jing is infested, mid lane tower will fall just from the creeps, and they found the Batrider, but he's infested, he has 3k HP, immediately the Lifestealer goes out, and there's gonna be a lasso. Magnus still alive, he has that BKB RP in 6 seconds, he'll be able to run himself away. Bach going in with the stun. He does get the Crossy Haze onto Cox, still no shard on this Lara, and seems like he's not looking to get it just yet. You're versus the Aegis, you don't have the egg, it's time for Azure to bail. There's only the boat missing and the Torrent Storm, but those are very low cooldowns on the Kunkka. Almost level 18, level 3 boat, nothing to laugh at, and this Jing Batrider. The Batrider supports have been looking amazing in this qualifier thus far. We have seen it so many times just shine. I've seen it in Eastern Europe as well. Haven't had the time to watch NA and SA. But definitely a priority pick for some of the team. Might be looking to steal a Tormentor. You already have a shard on the Phoenix and on the line, but you would like to be able to steal this one. Natsumi, he's actually catching both of them. The RP, not going to be using it just yet. Natsumi does infest into the Slardar, gets out immediately. The buyback from the Vengeful Spirit TPs onto the outpost that was overtaken there in the triangle. It's time maybe for GeekFam to bail. Nothing big was used there, and the egg is coming back from cooldown. You need to be very careful when approaching that Tormented. They still want it, and Natsumi is marked by the Crossy Haze. I'm gonna be removing it right now, as well as removing the ward. Besting Jing once again. They're on a hunt, using the scan, jumping in immediately. The Hex FY in a good position. The figure will be used immediately. Natsumi does get out, and the swap is gonna be used. Nobody taking all that much damage. He still has his Aegis egg in a very aggressive position. Ori gonna be pulled back, skewers towards his egg, and FY just dies from the AoE damage of the Kunkka. Cox finishes him off with a billion torrents, literally drowns the lion. He's used to the flame previously. So in that regard, the Zerre are going to have a slight advantage. Bach deeping to the bottom lane. Now they know. 15 seconds wouldn't have been enough, even with the corrosive haze. It's time to fight. Of course, the bash is set up by the Slardar. Level 25's level 20 on the Zeus is going to come fairly soon. See what he goes for. The lightning bolt mini stun is actually quite nice when you have the Nimbus. Magnus, the skewer range is there. Bach is still not going to be able to get to level 20. We'll see what he decides to do. Hardy Adams looking at the supports. Wants the Lotus Orb on the Venge. Has the telescope. Well, that's pretty huge. While Jing pretty much has everything he needs. With the Boots of the Bearing, no slows. Nothing is going to be stopping him from pulling somebody out. I'm guessing a BKB might be something that he's looking out for next, unless he wants to Lotus himself. Razor, Aviana's Feather, and the Satanic. This is not an easy hero to kill. The BKB charges really haven't gone too low, especially not on the Razor. With an 8-second one, he's in a really good position to threaten the enemies. Buybacks are going to be super important here. More important for Azure, but to be honest, actually, there's a tier 1 here for GeekFam, so scratch that. Both of the teams want to save them as they do have places to TP to. A little bit of a longer path here for GeekFam, but definitely a safer and faster TP. Ancient Granite Golem infested. Oak from Azure. Ori, he's in Invis. They know he's there. Skewer away. He's fine. And Lincolns breaks that one. FY gonna be going for a Ghost Scepter. Doesn't save you whatsoever. And the Phoenix next on the menu with the lasso onto Bach. An easy fight. Easiest fight in the world for them. Lou is running away. Razor needs to be the first one in front, and he's gonna be next on the menu. He used the Satanic to run away. Is it gonna be enough damage? No. With the BKB, the 8-second one, he gets himself out. Takes up flight with the Aviana's Feather, but this just means a fight and a Roche for GeekFam. They continue to look good in this game. That's most likely gonna continue as well. It's gonna be a refresher and a banner plus the Aegis on their side. Double Zeus ulti, imagine how much that can do, or maybe even a double Torrent Storm with a double boat. It's gonna be impossible to lose a fight. Ori has been dropping the ball in this game. I really haven't seen him getting good catches. We have seen very good Chinese Magnuses, but always coming from the off lane. Ori just hasn't been looking all that great. That's the Lincoln Sphere, yeah, the Razor. But there's the Aegis. There's the lasso. The Lifestealer coming over, and with the X, the Magnus is gonna be in trouble. They stop his skewer, and now they're gonna stop his TP. Is hoping to maybe get a blink away. Never going to be happening. Will be taking that never gave up on their boys. Octarine Core done on the Kunkka. The Torrent Storm cooldown very low. Ghost Ship even less. Doesn't have level 25 just yet. Natsumi's probably going to be the first one to hit it. Has the Scotty now. Look at those items. Look at those stats. The Lifestealer, nobody. Nazare can do anything about it. They seem to have decided to let this one go. They're going to have one more glyph. Can definitely buy enough time for their buddy to come back to the world of the living. Razor is the one that needs to be posturing aggressively. One lane of Rax has been taken. A 15k gold lead has been amounted. Push now. FY. How are you going to be engaging? No blink on the line just yet. Very long stun there. Will be slowing down Natsumi as they do use the ulti. Know exactly where the Phoenix is and are hunting for him. Staying inside the Trickster's Cloak. Doesn't have a TP. They stopped it there with the Nimbus most likely. Tier 3 did fall, but this does leave the Lifestealer all alone. Gonna be hexed up and bashed up until he's dead. Skem is in a good position to swap him out, but the rest of GeekFam, they need to come over. They need to help. RP is at the ready. Natsumi not gonna be RP just yet. This Bug jumps into the backlines, finds Skem, has to pop the BKB to stop the stun. Infest onto Cogs. The Yules will keep him in place, and the egg will be coming out. Ori, he has the RP. He's gonna be waiting for it. Skem needs to stay in a good position to swap them out, and we'll be able to do just that, but they bring them into the egg, into a 3-man RP. The damage is still not enough into a double Nimbus. They cannot finish off Natsumi, but he can finish off them. This Zeus winning the fight. Lu is trying to get the damage off of Natsumi, so this Lifestealer definitely not gonna be as scary as he is. The fight will end in a 2-for-1 Mac with a double. On the side of GeekFam, they can buy one, however. But for now, they're going to be getting the shards for Cox. And Skem just staying there and not believing that he cannot get one. The tidal wave from the Kunkka, though, is quite nice. pushing the enemies back and maybe giving them a little bit more of a more room to run away. Increases the cast range and allows static link to be put on that to pull Razor and his target. Ooh, that's insane. Yep, that is pretty much insane. You always want to pull yourself towards the target unless you're running away from them. So we talked about those towers, and actually there it is. A lot of gold towards the side of Azure. The Razor does. There's a ward there. He will just be smoking up Zeus. Gonna be scouting it out and be warding it as well. Maybe there's gonna be a red flag, but the Azure definitely don't feel as nice now, knowing don't see everything. Use. Let's try him just yet. FY will be found. The Scatix Cap not really gonna help you all that much. The Ghost Scepter, however, will. But he does get taken down, and that's the gem on the deck. They did, however, buy a new one. Still gonna be a nice grab here in a 4 versus 5 scenario with Magnus hunting as the Invis finds an Natsumi. Lotus Orb was used on him. The RP gonna be used, but the 4 staff onto the high ground. Natsumi is fine. Razor though taking his damage is gonna be infesting the Phoenix. Phoenix uses the egg backline though. Bach keeping everybody away. Natsumi no more damage, but he has the movement speed and with swap of Scam he'll be fine. They can't get on top of him any longer now. Going for Bach, he wants to heal. The E-Blade though, you maybe shouldn't have used that one. He wanted to heal by Natsumi, but that doesn't matter. He is just way too strong, overwhelming him. I cannot die. You want my damage? I want your life. Lou will finally pop the BKB and the buyback from Bach coming in. He marks Cox. There is no buyback on Natsumi. That is so huge. He's missing 2k gold. He just spent all of his money. Scam fuels. It is going to be a safe fuels from the self-use from the Phoenix as well, but at least they get the kill onto Scam and regain their gem back. That's going to be 2 buybacks on the side of the Azure, but you do win the fight, and the 4th Roche will be theirs for the taking. The Refresher now onto the Magnus. That's going to be a huge deal with the double RP. If he goes for the RP stun duration, good luck surviving that. Very nice gameplay coming out from GeekFam, however, keeping the Lifestealer alive, but him not having a buyback. What did he buy? He bought the Aghanim's Blessing. That's it? Oh, BKB. Okay. Lasso. Named the good catch on the Lasso. Preferably, I think, a support. Or if you can get the Razor down low, but not a lot of things to break the Lincolns. And you need a long, drawn-out fight away from the egg. Using the Torms or using the boat, surviving through everything your opponents throw out at you, and then going for the hunt. So, in a straight-up 5 versus 5, Azure are stronger. But by no means don't GeekFam have ways to reset the fight and then go at him. Even when you're inside of your little puddle, you're just not a match. Through the twin gates, they pop the scan. Smart move immediately. They see the bottom lane being pushed in. No smoke, however. So how are smokes looking? There is towers Azure. They wanna threaten the base a little bit, but there's gonna be a smoke for side of GeekFam going from the back lines. The Batrider, he is infested, and who does he want? He's looking towards the line. The RP onto the 2 of them, and now the static link is coming through only onto the Batrider, but that doesn't matter because Luke, he does have a refresher. Egg is gonna be used. Bash and another RP, of course, gonna be used as well. They are not moving. The Lighter, he wants to move, but he can't, and especially with the egg stunning him again. 2 heroes that are dead. Is this over? Is Azure finally going to land? Scam, he is the captain, and he will go down with the ship as well. But you still have 3 heroes, one of which is going to be the Zeus. They were the ones initiating when you were going into so many refreshers, into so many spells. Now the refresher from the Phoenix is going to be used. He just bought it. He does have another egg to work with. Mac doing his best to keep them at bay, but the push is going to start. Bach, he's healing quite a lot in that puddle, as Ori is hunting for more. They want to stop with this annoyances from their enemies, and with the glyph being used, the next wave should die. Jing might just give his life away to make sure that this wave dies. As the top lane pushed in, the tier 4, one of them will fall, and it's time to bail. This fight will not be giving you the victory. Azure, nice wave cutting coming out from the other side. Then Refresher, Shard, and Orb, they do share the cooldown, so he needs to wait for that. But don't get surprised by it. Razor will have his Refresher fairly soon as well. While Slardar, he still has that Midas. He can buy the Hex if he wants to. Looking at the buybacks, the Lifestealer again doesn't have its use. Alright, of course he has it. And Lifestealer Gonna be Yule there, stunned up as well. The bashes are coming. Scam is there with the swap. So he puts himself in an uncomfortable position. If they can kill the Phoenix, that's huge. The RP that's come out, but without the egg, do you really win this fight? They do have another RP. It's on all of them, but still, they're not doing enough damage. Who says so? They're gonna start smashing them all down. And with that, we'll be taking themselves to the LAN. Dubai on the 4th of February. We'll be waiting for Azure, who killed 3 heroes, and they don't have buybacks. They actually killed 4. Zeus did have the money to come back into the game, and despite the Phoenix dying, he now has 2 more eggs to play with, and you do not have enough heroes to shove out these waves. The Zeus going into the backlines, maybe he can cut the wave. No, he's not gonna be there in time, but they will have the glyph to kill the next wave. So maybe, just maybe, the Zeus can buy time. He's looking towards the bottom lane, and he'll deal with that first. Ah, this is gonna be too huge of a damage amount. The egg will be used in a very aggressive manner. Ulti from the Zeus trying to kill the Phoenix. Not gonna be happening. He's just trying to do as much damage as possible. Needs to come back to the base. Exactly what he's gonna be doing. He refreshes on the egg. Everybody dropping low there from the damage of the Zeus, and the Kunkka has the buyback as well, but you need to buy another 40 seconds. The Lifestealer has a buyback coming in. They're still not giving up, GeekFam. They want to win this one, but another egg will be there with the Aeon protecting the line. Here comes the fleet. They want to stop that burning of the egg. Buyback from the Slaughter wants to come back into the fight, and another boat will be stunning up the Phoenix. Doesn't have the buyback. Louis also in a lot of trouble without his Satanic. Is looking very much dead, and the tidal waves are gonna be bringing them in. Azure, they didn't manage to win. Lion with the open wounds. We're gonna be opening up your head. He's gonna start draining them out, but we will drain your life from you. Natsumi gets a triple after he has just gotten the money for the buyback in the last possible moment. No buyback from the Phoenix. I spoke too soon. Azure, their flight has been cancelled for now. And the storm came from the side of GeekFam. It is still not certain that you're going to the LAN. Azure, they were so close. Look at the throne. It started taking damage, but Zeus did everything in his power. He picked up those bounty runes. He made sure that the Lifestealer gets his buyback back, and now tier 5 items are on the menu. While the Lion, it does buy the Boots of Bearing. They use the buyback, however. So only 2 heroes on the map do have buybacks. Both of them on the side of Azure, but one of them is dead. Double RP up in 35 seconds. Lardar, he has a refresher as well. Wants another BKB, and he went for the Crossy Haze is undispellable. Actually really good versus the Lifestealer, who has a giant ring. We already talked about the Cart Titan yesterday. Gonna be skewered back, doesn't get the rage off. Gonna have a buyback, gonna be very dangerous for him, but the last onto the Slaughter and the swap onto Natsumi. Back, gonna be using the refresher. No buyback on him, has to be very, very careful. Lane of Rax in the mid lane is looking to be gone. And Cox gets infested by the Lifestealer from super far. It's almost impossible. But with the Roche, with the Aegis, with the refresher, you might just be able to deal with it. Zeus has the refresher, but the Kunkka is missing on one. So Cox will most likely get that one for him, unless the Lifestealer wants it, but I doubt it. Roshan's banner. You can now shove in all 3 of the lanes. The mid lane, yeah, a lot of damage. As the Force Boots. That's gonna be big. You just want to be super mobile with the Razor in a fight. GeekFam, however, are looking to find somebody. There is a Seer Stone on the Batrider. He's infested by the Lifestealer, so that Giant Ring is doing damage around him. Ori breaks the smoke. Ulti from the Zeus immediately used. Let's see where they are. Phoenix Supernova hit count, that's what he has. Wants the BKB. Doesn't want to die. I wouldn't have minded the Icarus dive cast range either, because though sometimes if you're not used to it, it can be a problem for you. The outpost will be taken. Smoke from Azure. They know there's no ulti on the Zeus. He can refresh it, however. Nice wrap around Ori. Will he find somebody? He's thinking twice about going up there. Back. He starts the fight. Lifestealer has been caught. Gonna be skewered to the side. The RP only onto Cox, but Infest immediately used. The boats are coming through. Lasso onto Bach. The egg does pop, but there's gonna be another one with the RP onto multiple heroes. Natsumi, the one in that E-Blade will be protecting him. While Scam, he doesn't have the swap just yet, but there's gonna be a second egg. The second RP, and Natsumi finally dies, but then it's only the Aegis, and you used everything. So what now? What do you have left in the tank? Well, they're gonna be leaving the Phoenix, so he's left there, and that's gonna be a 1 fight for the side of GeekFam. No double RP, no double seconds. You're gonna have the double egg. in 2 minutes. And the double RP in 2 minutes as well. So Magnus is gonna have to just work with one. And that's only in 60 seconds. How are you gonna buy those 60 seconds? Maybe Ori can make something happen. Searstone giving some vision as Natsumi leading the charge with the rage. Blue running in those force boosts. They do make him very, very scary. You don't want to mess with this Razor. Natsumi is big. Natsumi going in. The X is on him. It will take him back. So this is just a slow siege. No Yule Scepters. And even if you had them, you can't do anything versus the Rage Lifestealer. Ulti from the Zeus. Not gonna have it for at least 20 seconds. The magic clamp on the Zeus as well. So a pseudo Aeon disc for himself. We haven't really looked at tier 5 items. Mirror Shield, Magic Lamp, Double Force Boots, and a Seer Stone. Side of Azure. What does the other team have? The Arcanist Armor. That's an interesting one for Scam. He understands what his job is. Protect Refresher still. You're still fighting versus an overwhelming team fight, but you're gonna have to deal with the base now, Azure. Something that they're not thinking about. The top lane needs to be dealt with. And that is the advantage that GeekFam have in this one. Yeah. Kunkka is missing a buyback, but he's very hard to kill. Skem, on the other hand, he should have one. Magnus is not here. Lasso onto the Phoenix. No egg for you. Does have a buyback, however. The TPs out are being used immediately. Gonna be a very long Roche respawn, which is huge. These two heroes extremely fast, so won't be caught. But he gets him super fast after he has come back. And he started to outpush the mid lane, but actually with this wave coming in, it's not going to be that much in favor of Azure, but the top lane is the one that you're afraid of because that's where you do not have super creeps. GeekFam, again, they need to be patient. Win fast on the Batrider, jump in from the Magnus, cure back. But he's going to be caught. Jink still hunting. They should know that he's hunting. Gonna be taking up with the Firefly. And Ori, Link is broken. Lasso will be connecting. That is a huge kill if you can get it. And the Magnus is very much dead. Does have a buyback. But maybe the decision will be the same again for Azure. Just get back. Fighting around this Roche doesn't seem something that they can do. It is a little bit easier for GeekFam. They have the vision from the Zeus and the catch from the Batrider. And from really far away now, they can break those Lincoln Spheres. We are super far into the game. Lifestealer, he's the one with the Lincolns as well. I guess you don't want to be caught by the Lion. There's a Refresher Shard on Cox. The banner. Top lane, somebody needs to deal with it. Zerre, they probably smell blood, but on the top lane, they're tier 4 could drop very easily to the super creeps as they only have one left. They do have the glyph, however, to work with. As Luke continuing with his insane movement speed. The Lincoln Sphere is going to be broken by the open wounds, but they did find the Kunkka. Mirror Shield broken as well. The Bloodthorn will connect as the Nullifier too, but the E-Blade will protect him. Not for long. Nullifier removes it immediately. Phoenix puts himself in an uncomfortable position, goes for the egg. You need to run away from that. Top lane, the creeps are coming in. It's time to come over and protect it, but nice creep wave there. Will be protecting it for the time being. Mac is infested. Does have the rune. Can he stop this TP? No, he cannot. Oh, that's the most bullshit ever. I mean, I love it when I play the Phoenix, but still think much can be done. He does have a Refresher Shard, so probably needs an orb. Lifestealer going in. He takes down the tower. This is so annoying for Azure. They need to find a better way to deal with him. Slaughter needs to always be ready with the bash and just start smacking him down the second he starts running in. Top lane, creeps are running in. This is another opportunity for GeekFam to do some unhealable damage. They can start with the range axes now. Take it slow. Jing needs to be careful of that Mirror Shield. It did cost him his life earlier. Jump in. Ooh, nice attempt there with a harpoon. But a blink out from Jing. Not going to be there in time. Lion, he has a really long range on that stun. Doesn't have the Eternal Lens any longer, but has the Seer Stone. Natsumi going for vision. Will be taken back immediately. A little bit spooked there. Ori going for a hunt. That is the Seer Stone that was giving them vision. FY, however, it doesn't have it anymore. Seer Stone on the Batrider. Look at the range of the lasso. That's not something that you see too often. Batrider has become a real cowboy. And the nose of the Batrider is big, right? So, wants to become a real something. Makes sense. Look at that. tension is high. If you have high blood pressure, guys, I wouldn't recommend watching this one. Bloodthorn on the lifestealer, the bashes are gonna start coming in. Satanic on Razor, wanted to remove the open wounds, doesn't want to allow the lifestealer to heal. Magnus running in, Lincoln's broken, immediately gets himself away. Scam wanted the swap, doesn't get it off in time. Still, the damage is being done slowly but surely. You're gonna have to respond to this Bloodthorn again on the lifestealer, standing his ground and fighting. Start draining him of damage, only 19 was taken. It is so hard to kill them. It takes so freaking long, but it did manage to mount up the damage in the end. And that Lion returning the stun through the Lotus Orb. Huge part. Kunkka still has the Refresher Shard. Natsumi taking care of Vision. He's gonna be taking care of the Rax as well. Has lost 82 damage. That's nothing to laugh at. Razor with the Disperser wants to go in, decides against it. They want to buy time for their Lion. Also, creeps coming from every side. Lasso onto the Razor, bash immediately onto the Batrider. They want to finish off this Razor. He needs help, and the help he's not going to be able to get. Now they're playing ping pong with Ori. And we all know how easily those balls get smashed, but Ori gets himself away. Buyback from the line. Razor doesn't want to use it just yet. GeekFam, they're gonna continue with the X. And Natsumi running in. He has that rage, gonna be using an ulti, stopping the blink from Bach. You don't have a glyph, you already used it for 3 minutes and 35 seconds. You cannot protect your Raxes properly. Rinse and repeat, GeekFam. Still, big ultis are back. RP is there. The egg is there. Jing gonna be caught, bashed up as well. Bach destroying him, and the finger finishes him off. They also find Scam, and he is gonna be taken down as well. That's 2 heroes without buybacks. Have they done it? Cox with TP out will be successful. Hex connects, but he's only gonna be a frog in his base, so that's where it's safe. Azure with the Satanic, just a couple of hits will give you full HP. A rune, definitely not something that you want to disregard. Puts a travel 2 on the Slaughter. He will be able to join his team, and there it is in just 2 seconds. He comes over, ulti from the Zeus, doing some damage from afar. They need to be dealing with the creeps. Jump in from the Phoenix. Egg gonna be used, and now they found the Zeus. He's the one that does have a buyback. They will kill him once. RP is gonna have the second one if he wants to refresh. For now, yeah, he's gonna be doing it. Tracer has been infested, disarmed as well. Egg very aggressively used. There is still a glyph. Lifestealer in a very aggressive position, does have a buyback. They're giving their lives for the Asian defense of the Asians. They stopped the RP Ori. He thought he had found somebody, and now here comes the fleet. Are gonna be having their supports in 35 seconds. You need to buy time. You need to buy more time. There is a glyph to buy you 7 more. Zeus found RP onto the 2 of them. Huge grab onto Zeus. If they can kill him, the infest just not enough to heal him enough as Natsumi now surrounded by enemy heroes. The boat is gonna be huge, and the Razor is dead with the rapier on the deck. Throne is still alive, and GeekFam are doing it. Buyback from the Magnus. It is now or never. FY is attacking the throne desperately. There is no glyph, but there isn't damage either. Hex onto the Lifestealer. Here comes the Batrider. The last will not allow that to happen. FY is dead without buyback. They have done it, GeekFam. They have defended against all odds. And they are still in the game with the Divine Rapier being there in the ground, and Natsumi, just like King Arthur, taking it out from the ground, taking it from the stone, and leading his team to victory. 4 versus 3 scenario. We have seen some amazing things happen in this game, but it should be over now. Or have I spoke too soon? Once again, no RPs on the Magnus. 60 seconds until he has them. He has a lot of damage. Maybe he can cut some waves, but the Lifestealer, he can go for the backdoor for sure. Phoenix buying a Dagon. Let's see just how much that can do for him. 68 seconds until the Razor is there. That is your main counter for the Lifestealer. Without it, what can you do? Oh, Magnus, he is going for a push. He was spotted by Cox. He tried to go for the throne. And with there not being a glyph, he maybe could have done it. But we all know how fast the Lifestealer will go for this right now. You're dealing with Mega Creeps, and you're dealing with a Rapier Lifestealer who is punching your Axes. Has more than 700 damage. Glyph will get used. No. You have to come back. You're not winning this base race. You are not winning this. It is now or never. Maybe you can get the stun onto the Lifestealer. He's focusing on the throne, and he's gonna be doing it much better than his opponents were doing it. The throne will fall, and with that, we are taken to a game 5. Look at how sad the Phoenix is. Azure, they are feeling probably pretty bad about this one.